Time is 8:50 p.m. Good evening. The news headline: Nigeria will defeat Boko Haram terrorists. Buhari, UN Assembly. The President of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, has told the world leaders in the United Nations General Assembly that Nigerians are making efforts in getting rid of Boko Haram. He said this yesterday while addressing world leaders at the United Nations General Assembly in New York. According to him, terrorism has become a major challenge in the world, and Nigeria has not been left out with Boko Haram crisis, assuring them that Nigeria will continue working with international bodies till they are overpowered. He also added that Nigerian security agencies have recorded considerable success in fight against terrorism. As a result of this, many terrorist fighters surrendered voluntarily. And at the United Nations General Assembly, the 76th session, where President Muhammadu Buhari has been there for quite a few weeks now, or few days now, he has actually been there for the 76th session, and he has been saying that just yesterday he made a comment that they are fighting against Boko Haram, and that the Nigerian government are making efforts in making sure that they get rid of Boko Haram in the country, saying that it is not even only Nigeria that is facing this kind of thing, and they are making sure that the international bodies support them in overpowering them, saying that a whole lot of them are surrendering voluntarily. However, we know that this voluntary surrendering by the Boko Haram and other terrorists is because the government has promised them amnesty, and this is why the Human Rights Writers of Association has said that the federal government should not give these terrorists amnesty because they do not deserve it.
Just as the Commissioner of Women Affairs, Zuwaira Gambo, who spoke on women and children as the worst affected by the insurgency and other conflicts, urged for public support in ensuring that they are reintegrated. Uriwa, however, faulted the United Nations, European Union, and Borno State government for aiding and abetting terrorism by pretending to be organizing reconciliation between terrorists and victims of terrorism, especially when these offenders of the law did not go through the standard trial permitted by the Constitution and counter-terror law. The group therefore condemned the bizarre reconciliation and stated that what terrorists need is not reconciliation, but adequate prosecutorial actions to pay for their crimes against humanity. The group therefore asked the Borno State governor of committing treason and aiding and abetting terrorism, which will inevitably be challenged in Nigerian court or the International Criminal Court in The Hague, Netherlands soon. And these were the words of the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, condemning the recent saying by Governor of Borno State, Babangana Umara Zulum, who of recent had he actually granted he said that he should grant amnesty to the insurgents and the Boko Haram terrorists that have actually been killing a whole lot of people just of recent, where the Borno State government actually they flagged off a public campaign saying that they want to reintegrate back the repentant Boko Haram elements who have reconciled, and that they need to accept them just like so far they have actually surrendered, that they won't go back to their old lifestyle again. Then they said that there is no problem, citing that they would grant them amnesty and integrate them back to the society, just like the Commissioner of the state, that is Commissioner of Women Affairs, Zuwaira Gambo, who also spoke that even as at the those that are actually surrendering, most of them are women and children, especially those that were taken over by the insurgents to, the women that are actually taken over by the insurgents to use for their selfish interest. Just like the commissioner said that those people that are afflicted the most are actually the women. then just few men that are actually they forced to join them so that they can farm for them and the likes like that. So therefore, the United Nations, the European Union, and the Bonobo state government are actually saying that what they need is for the public support to ensure that they are integrated. However, the Human Rights Association of Nigeria have faulted the United Nations, and the European Union, and even Borno State government, because they said that their doings are aiding and abetting terrorism, and they are only pretending to be organizing reconciliation programs between the terrorists and the victims of terrorism, especially when these offenders of the law did not go through the standard trial permitted by the Constitution and also counter-terror law, saying that after they had killed a whole lot of them, and committed a whole lot of atrocities, then instead of prosecuting them, then they are deciding to give them amnesty, which is actually anti-law, because it counters the terror law and the Constitution permitted by the land. Therefore, the group has said that they condemn this strange reconciliation, and they say that the reconciliation is actually not needed, because if they have killed, then they ought to be killed, and this goes in line with that of the Emir of Katsina State just of recent, who says that the people that are killing people in the northwest that deserve to die, and they do not even deserve any dialogue. And the group actually is saying that there is no need for any reconciliation, but adequate prosecutorial actions to pay for their crimes against humanity. The group therefore accused the Borno State government of even committing treason for aiding and abetting terrorism, which will be inevitably be challenged in the Nigerian court or International Criminal Court very soon at the Netherlands. Because we remember, for the case of Zamfara State Governor Bello Matawalle, who is saying that their own state government is actually no longer interested in holding any dialogue with bandits, saying that so far the bandits have gone to the extent of damaging the peace and destructing the peace of the state. Then his administration will no longer grant amnesty to bandits, because initially they have failed to embrace peace initiative earlier extended to them, where the governor said that he said he urged residents to be patient and to support the new security measures put in place to flush out bandits and their collaborators to restore peace in the state. The governor of Zamfara State, Matawalle, said that the barrack of attacks on bandits by security forces had made them to make a fresh overture of government seeking dialogue. He said that the bandit emissaries informed him that they have repented and would want to dialogue with the government. So therefore, they are only doing this because they are seeing that they are actually running out of space in the state, and they are running out of food materials and the likes like that. So that is why they are trying to give up. And the governor said that even if they do so, they would prosecute them. The Matawalle warned politicians against giving any form of support to the bandits, stressing that politicians need to fear God and stop buying motorcycles to distribute to people, in turn sell to bandits to perpetuate their evil act. He said that the governor of Zamfara State said that anybody that does that, any politician that does that and is caught in that act, will be prosecuted and will face the law.
Thanks for listening. Good evening.